comrade. Baragon's waiting for you in the relic room.
Well, well. What do you mean I can't have any cheese? After all of that?
Greetings, friend of Baragon. I have to say I don't care much for houses made from cut wood and shaped stone. Baragon has been too long away from the forest, if you ask me. Anyway, he's expecting you. You'll find him in the nearby room.
We've been far from the forest. Far, far, far from the forest.
Your exploits precede you, hero. Impressive tales.
Thank you.
And I understand we owe you a great deal. Baragon is waiting for you in the other room. Come back once you...
Hello, friend. Put the relics in the case, please. They may be powerless now, but we shouldn't forget the part they played in all this. I'm not sure I want to keep those in my house forever, but that's good for now. Let's talk. I know losing the use of the relics is bad, but at least we destroyed the loom and stopped Athelia from changing our reality. You know, I can't even conceive of what that actually means. But now that we're back in Westweald, on to local matters.
I can conceive it. It would be like a nightmare that ends in darkness that you do not wake up from. Now, what about the local matters?
I convinced Count Calantius and Greenspeaker Derelith to sit down and talk. They're finally ready to discuss stabilizing relations between Skingrad and Vashavar. I offered my home as a private venue for their meeting. They also want to speak to you.
To me.
Don't look so surprised. You're a hero. You brought down Nantharion and defeated Shard Marshal Vargas. Yes, there are Recollection and Shard-born stragglers to deal with, but you earned the trust of both Wood Elves and Colovians through your actions.
Tribune Alea has spoken at length about you and enthralled me with tales of your exploits on behalf of Westweald. And to think you're not even a native of Skingrad or Vashavar. I hope it isn't too late for us to learn something from your example.
Too late? What do you mean?
It will not be easy to overcome the distrust the Recollection sowed between Colovians and Wood Elves. But thanks to your valiant defense of Westweald, I think I can convince my people to see the opportunities here, not just the threats.
So you want the Wood Elves of Vashavar to stay?
For my part, yes. Of course, I must persuade some nobles and landowners to part with abandoned estates they can no longer return to. But I want to see the new forest held by allies of Skingrad, not left empty to be overrun by monsters and outlaws.
What happens next?
I spend a lot of coin to buy land. And with that land, I secure a treaty of cooperation with our new neighbors. I thank you, hero. You aided Westweald in our time of need. Wherever your journey leads next, Skingrad is forever in your debt.
You are welcome. It does make for a larger circle of friends and a greater home.
Nantharion betrayed all we hold sacred, Count Calantius. And he has paid for his crimes with his life.
I want no war with Vashavar, but Nantharion left Ostermere in ruins and killed our people.
We cannot return Dawnwood to the seed it sprang from, but we too seek peace. We shall do everything we can to prove ourselves friends and allies to the Weald. Traveller, we hope to see you here. I'm told you killed King Nantharion beneath Vashabar's very roots. I know he had to be stopped, yet the tragedy will haunt me. He started with a great vision before he wandered onto dark paths.
So will you be the leader of Vashabar now?
Vashabar is done with kings, but I can speak for the people of Dawnwood. It falls to me to make good on the obligation Nantharion left us. We must try to make amends for the damage he inflicted on Westweald.
Might I inquire as to how you would do that?
You and Tribune Leia showed us what's possible when we accept a little help. We can't give back what Nantharion has taken, but we can promise to be good neighbours going forward. And we will not advance beyond Dawnwood. That is all we need.
So what's your opinion about the Wildburn now?
If we find any more Wildburn seeds, we will destroy them. As for the area of devastation, our Greenspeakers shall attempt to repair the damage and restore the land. It will take time, but nature will heal. It always does.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Through all we faced, it wasn't until I was lost in the many paths that I realized the true danger to the Weald. I think you saved everything when you destroyed the loom of the untraveled road. Of course, Ethelia is still out there, somewhere.
And Toversard. But did you see how Ethelia transformed when she absorbed the power from the loom?
That's tomorrow's problem, friend. You stopped the recollection, and you held back the forces of Miramor. The people of Westweald can handle what's left of Ethelia's servants. We're free to find our own way forward now. Thanks to you.
You, my friends, played a critical role as well.
I know the history of our world is far from perfect, but I'm glad we stopped Ethelia from changing everything that happened since the time of the Aliens. Not even a Daedric prince could get that right, I think. Anyway, we've earned a rest.
So what is next for you after the rest?
You know, it's funny. Not very long ago, I would have told you all I wanted was to deal with the threat of the recollection, and then retire from adventuring again. Go back to my books and scrolls, enjoy the peace and quiet.
You've got a different answer now?
I like being unretired. I think I was getting too comfortable puttering around in this great big house. After our recent adventures together, I'm ready for a few more. Little ones, anyway. And preferably not too dangerous.
You're talking about caring for your neighbors with their little karmic problems, or are you talking about having wayward children? Yeah, you don't have to answer. Speaking of adventures, I meant to ask you about what happened back at the pass.
Oh, right. Nantharion told you I was called Baragon Sharpdagger, the hero of Nimthania Pass. Look, I happened to be in the right place at the right time. I helped save some wood elves caught between bandits and a rampaging lurcher. No big deal.
I don't think we're done with Ethelia, comrades.
I think Ethelia has other concerns, which may become our problem later. For now, let's enjoy our victory.
Well, I would if the cheese board was not off limits. I am Dr. Strange Sage of Dr. Strange Sage Arts. Welcome to my Elder Scrolls Online Skyrim Swordsingers Redoubt home. I am playing my character, Strange Master. As it's difficult to get names I want in this game, that's the closest to Master Strange. I wish I could put the white stripes in his hair, but that option is not there yet. Infinity Stone of Power. Show me my power within. I'm playing Dr. Strange here as a Breton Dragonite class in the Daggerfall Covenant Alliance. That's not too important there. The guild I named is after a favorite animated TV series called Thundercats. I call this Thundera's Legends. I like playing the cat people, Khajiit. I've got several of those. Master Wizard. Skills. Molten Whip, like the fire whip Dr. Strange uses on the movies. Crystal Shard, which I create and cast at enemies. Magma Fist. I summon up a ball of rock with a molten core from the ground and cast that at enemies, or use it to shield myself as it rotates around me. Molten Weapons. That imbues my weapons and shield. Molten Weapons enchants my sword, shield, or staff with fire energy, which I chose Dragonite class for to give a visual effect as close as possible to the magical artifacts in the Doctor Strange genre. Obsidian Shield calls it pieces of obsidian which float in a circle around me, revolving around me, absorbing damage from enemies' attacks. Absorption Field is like an anti-magic shell that also stuns enemies and prevents them from casting spells upon me. These skills I have aligned with my sword and shield. Now, with my staff, they don't have magical wands that are really, really small, so consider this a really, really big magical wand. Or a magical wand, a very tiny magical staff. Again, I have the Absorption Field, Blockade of Frost. I create an ice barrier in front of myself. It depends on what type of staff I have, whether the energy imbued within it is frost, fire, or lightning. It creates different fields of effect out in front of me. Molten Weapons again. Magma Fist, same as before. Crushing Shock. I cast all three energies, fire, ice, and electricity, through my staff within one bolt to shock my enemy. And again, the Molten Whip. Now I added subclass. I took a quest to add a subclass to increase the magical effects to make my version of Doctor Strange, Strange Master here, more like the comic movie character. I took on Sorcerer, and that expanded my spell variation and certain additional skill set as well. Let's see. I'll show you a couple of key spots in my Sword Singer's Redoubt. Then I will take you underground into the magical spring caverns. This is for nighttime events, of course. Salutations, one of alchemy.
I'm proud to say I've even made the Scald King break out in laughter. A stoic one, that Yoren. He was once a bard himself, after all, so no simple performance would suffice. No. It took my impression of Rigged the Brush to finally chisel that stone.
Give me something else.
There's nothing I love more than sitting by the fire after a long day of performances. Kicking your feet up, sipping a glass of Sylph gin, trading tales. Pure bliss. If you ever care to join, just bring a bottle of wine and a good story.
That I shall. Bring some marshmallows too. And of course I love my rocket collections. Psychokinetic Bridge. Manifest. Must practice your tumbling. And not to knock over furniture. What a grand place this is. Oh, hello, neighbor. There's a window to my marvelous cabin. Nice to feed on a little magic in the morning. It's one of a set of directions. It was a set of... Oh, shut up. I love that music box. I love that tune. Off limits to guests. It's Herman Munster's pet spot. I do love a clean, organized, living establishment. God, what a beautiful place. I almost forgot how many times I've redecorated it. 5 times maybe? Never hurts to mix it up a little. Guest room and workshop. Took quite some time to come up with the ingredients for the making of the candles. Nobody sells any flour. I always have to pick into barrels and bags to find it. For nosy intruders, I have special pets. Don't you want some water? You're quite tough. You'll bust your sword arm. Bust your shield arm, I mean to say. Keeps this one from being bored. When he gets bored, he picks a fight and gets reminded to back off. Let's see. I think I missed something. Oh, yes. Close, says me. Can't have Doom's ponies. Can't have Doomspore ponies running around in the residential quarters. Takes a long time to upgrade furnishings, but I do favor this being more rustic than not. It's like a subterranean campout. Don't worry, folks, it's just a statue. fishing, anybody? You're a higher level in life. You got more aches and pains. Privilege as a child to grow up in a place where there was spring-fed pools and small lakes that I got to swim in, as well as a spring-fed river. Cold, but marvelous. Maik, how are you?
Houses tell stories too, you know. Sometimes they even lie. After all, a poor merchant might set a rich table so their guests think them wealthy.
Or the opposite, what I just did to make them humble. Yes.
So many travelers have interesting pets and traveling companions now. Maik did not see such things when he began his journeys.
Comfortable. Let me like that for you. What else is on your mind?
Maik once believed that living in a single dwelling would lack variety, but now that he has seen this one, Maik thinks that perhaps he was wrong.
That is why you are welcome here forever. But don't jump, you might hit your head. This brings me such joy. Oh, I should show this off. I almost forgot. There's a companion that doesn't show here now that follows me, which is of the same dimension and energy as the sword I currently wield. And this is called the Sword of Truth and Logic. The shield is the Stonekeeper shield. My staff is the Stonekeeper staff as well. I purchased that today. I was so thrilled to see that effect on it. Marvelous effect. I'd be more excited if I covered the entire staff, but that will suffice. Let's see, there's a couple of spells I cannot cast in here. I have to be in battle. You will see that later. Special effects on the Dragon Knight spells have been upgraded recently to be much more, it just looks a hell of a lot better and flows a lot better and it's much more dynamic. What kind of salute shall I give her? Maybe I'll read a nice story. Well, on the way out, I'll honor some of the previous guests. I take it they're happy what I did with the place. I'll show you another one. Attempt it on your own. Mamu, I've come to bargain. I've come to hear you beg. I am Dr. Stephen Strange, Master of the Mystic Arts.